Hello, sorry we're a little late right now. How are you? It's George with Boston German Shepherds. This is my first live event, so bear with me. I have a couple little things planned. We'll do approximately 1/2 hour of this live stream. Of course, it is a Black Friday YouTube Teespring event, and so I'm offering a 10% discount on the apparel that I have through Teespring. With the promo code Watchman1, WATCHMAN1 is the promo code. So when you go to checkout, you just put in that promo code and you'll get an additional 10% off. And that, by the way, is good through November 30th, which is Tuesday. And we'll talk some more about that. We're going to do another live stream event on Monday, Cyber Monday. And so we'll talk about all that a little more in detail on Monday. So this is my first live stream event. And again, I do welcome everyone. We'll kind of wait a few minutes, see who comes along. I have a couple of little things planned. The first segment, I plan to highlight a couple of puppies that we have. One is from the Cross and Ronnie breeding, and the other one is from the Nala and Victor breeding. And so that'll be fun, I'm sure, for everyone. I'll have the puppies up here on my lap, and you can see them live. And then the other portion, the second portion of the stream or the live webcam today will be the Watchman story. I thought that would be interesting. This is a little story there, and little is the big word there, because it's just going to be a couple of minutes. And meanwhile, we'll see how this whole thing goes, right? So let me bring a couple of puppies here. We'll start with the one puppy from the Ronnie and Cross breeding. I'm calling him Little Cross, a blackface. He really is a cutie, and you can see him here. Told me he's going to be on YouTube live. Yeah, he really is a lot like Cross in his behavior. Every time I turn around, there he is out kennel. So there's 8 puppies in this litter, and sure enough, when I look down, a puppy is getting ahead of the other ones, or doing something first, or coming to me, or chasing the broom. It's him, and so he really is a cutie, as you can see. And so he doesn't have a name. I'm just calling him Little Cross because he looks like and behaves like his dad, Cross. And so let me get a full thing of him here. It's difficult on the cam with the stationary camera, but he doesn't look too happy about his debut, but he really is a sweet dog. Yeah. So, and then next we have another puppy. I'll put him down, and we'll get this other puppy. That little puppy, a big puppy, actually, big black male. He turns 8 weeks on Monday, and big difference. Oh, there he is. He's a kisser. So you can see a big difference in size. This puppy's going to be 8 weeks. The other puppy, a Little Cross. I think he's just over 5 weeks. So big difference. Obviously, in a couple of weeks there, I'll try to get a full view of him. He's not a little puppy. He's, I would say, 13, 15 pounds. And so you can see he's a little calmer. We'll give him a treat. Want a cookie? Oh, yeah, he knows all about a cookie. He knows all about a cookie, this little guy. Yup. So let me see here. I'll get another one. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Take a cookie. That's it. Oh, that's it. He wants to get down. I'm not going to stress him out. I'll put him down. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to everyone, puppy. Yeah, so that's puppy number 2 that we have as a little special treat today for this live stream. And again, the whole thing here is the Black Friday thing, right? So Teespring, the company I deal with, they notified me that they're joining up with YouTube, and they're doing these events, right? So that's what prompted the whole idea. And I have the merch line, the merchandise through Teespring, basically Watchman logo stuff, and then some different dogs and puppies, right? One is Victor, the Victor line. You name each of the different pictures or logos that you have. So there's the Victor line, then there's the Cross line, and pictures of various puppies from either Victor or Cross. And in the case of Victor, actually, it's a picture of Victor. He's up on the counter in my kitchen looking out the back window because I was out there. My wife took that picture. So we said on there appropriately, good boy. And so those different things are available. Again, today through Tuesday the 30th, we have a 10% promotional discount there to try to move things along a little bit. Of course, that's sales, right? You want to offer things at a discount. Well, I mean, if you want to promote things, you want to move them along, you offer a discount. So that's what we're doing with the discount code at checkout of Watchman 1, WATCHMAN 1. And so hopefully people get the idea and they support us in that way. I do appreciate that, by the way, and all the support, especially on YouTube, on the channel there. We're up to 2,000 subscribers as of today, which is encouraging to me. The YouTube, you may know, took off as a little side thing. My customers had wanted videos of the puppies through the various stages of birth, and 1 week, 2 weeks, up until 8 weeks. And so aside from YouTube, you can only put, I think at that time in 2014, when I started the YouTube channel, you can only do maybe a 25-second clip and send it to somebody in an email even, or of course a text, and even putting something, pardon me for that, even putting something on Facebook, it could just be limited. So someone told me about YouTube, and I started to do that, and I didn't think much about it. I knew nothing about monetizing, and so I continued making little videos, and then at a point somebody informed me of monetization, and we can make a few dollars for your efforts there. So I stepped it up a little bit, did much more on the videos. I just do some training videos I have of puppies being born and the different stages and the dogs, puppy playtime and health videos. We go to the vet and different things that take place. We had Wanda, infamously, she swallowed a rubber ball and stuck in her throat. And so I took a video of that. I took her over to a vet here near me up in Quakertown, and they saved her and all, right? So just different stuff, experiences of the kennel here, right, at Watchman German Shepherds. And so the YouTube has kind of taken on a life of its own. That's the point. Now, the latest thing is the merch. And the merch through, again, teespring.com, which a link, by the way, is right at the top of the comments. I'm not sure what you can do. I did set up another thing where you can make a purchase through another link during the live stream, which I'm not sure about how all that works. I think I did everything that they required for signing up and creating a username and password, and that should be available to you. I really can't say. Again, this is, of course, my first live stream. So the link for the Teespring is up top, and you could just hit that and get a direct link to my store there, right? And so I see we have a couple of people that have joined us. My wife here, she says hello. That's nice of her. And then Stewie says hello enthusiastically. Hello, Stewie. And then we have a fella, Dan Dapper. And good morning, George, from Southern California. Looking forward to seeing the puppies. God bless, brother. I always appreciate that. God bless you too. And then we have Jennifer. This is my granddaughter saying, "Hi, Grandpa. We miss you." And then cute puppies. And so That's my granddaughter. She's getting on her mom's, my daughter-in-law's phone, I'm sure, or account. And then Natalie, that kind of big puppy I will take. Yes, Natalie is always looking for an extra puppy there because her boy that she bought for me, Kaiser, he wants a brother. And so, you know, you never know what Santa may bring, pardon me there, what Santa may bring for Christmas, Natalie. And then we have Paweil. Hello, greetings from Poland. Your puppies and dogs are absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then Buffy, well, Buffy L, that's my sister-in-law. She's saying, hello, George. You look good live. Well, thank you, Beth. And then she wants to know how's her boyfriend, Cross. Cross, of course, is the dad of the little puppy we had in. And he's just doing great. Thank you for asking, Beth. And then Beth says hello to the wifey, too. And so, of course, everyone joined for the promotional Teespring event, the Black Friday event, where you can buy sweatshirts, T-shirts, tank tops, sweatpants, all sorts of promotional items with the Watchman logo, or various pictures, as I've mentioned already, puppy pictures, pictures of adult dogs, and the one I really like, I did a text of various things on the back there, right? And what that text reads, and this is my favorite one, kind of, it says, caution, exclamation point, German Shepherd puppy trainer in training. And so that's fun, you know, it's cute, people get it. And we say as trainers, and not that I'm a big trainer, but I've done some training, but we say, and I've heard, we say you have to train the trainer, right? So it's all fun, and we get it. And people love the breed, the German Shepherd. And of course, we have the West German show line, the most beautiful, I believe, of the German Shepherd line. So I might hear some feedback about that, but that's an opinion, not a fact. And so Buffy, my sister-in-law, is saying that the merch looks good. Then Amy, my other sister-in-law, she says that the best puppies a person can get are from Watchmen, and one day she'll put her money where her mouth is. Right, Amy? Of course she will. And so a dog is not for everyone. You have to know if you can keep up with all the things that go along with getting a dog. And I think that's a good point. Amy knows it's not time for her, at least. I'm sure she would love to have a puppy. But it is a big responsibility, and you must know before you get a puppy if you're able to meet all that the puppy demands. And so I would just say that by way of, excuse me again, by way of, you know, adding some seriousness to a little joke that I made with Amy. And so I want to say now a little bit I planned to say just about the story of Watchmen, right? It's not a big deal, you know, but I would just say basically the story of Watchmen is I never planned to breed dogs in my life, never had the slightest inkling, but I have always wanted a purebred German Shepherd. And so I had a neighbor that had a purebred German Shepherd. Her name was Lady. I always liked the German Shepherd. There's always that unknown until you know the breed, how sweet and lovely they are. There's always that unknown about them. They have almost a mystique about them, but I always wanted one. Then my brother of mine, Michael, had gotten a white German Shepherd, and then we had another one or maybe two mixed German Shepherds with my parents when I was younger. And so the white German Shepherd, Champ, was quite a dog. She was all personality, and she's in 1,000 photos sitting around playing poker and sitting up at the table with the guys there and smoking a cigar. They did a bunch of different goofy stuff with Champ. So anyway, that's all part of the German Shepherd experience that I had. And then when my children had grown up and had moved out, I decided I wanted to get my own purebred German Shepherd. And we did, I'll just back up, we did have a mixed German Shepherd that I got from the Long Island Animal Shelter before we moved over here to Pennsylvania. And his name, we named him Samson. We called him Sam. And they assured me at the North Shore Animal Shelter that he was a purebred shepherd. Well, what did I know, right? But after a little while, we realized that Sam was not a purebred German Shepherd. He was a great dog, and we had him for many years. My wife will tell me exactly. I want to say maybe 13 years that we had Sam. But all that said, I wanted my own purebred German Shepherd. So over here in southeastern Pennsylvania, where I live, I started to look around, right? I went to different breeders. Of course, I'm not too far from Lancaster, which is the Amish there, and they have breeders, and we won't get into anything there, how they do things or not. I would just say that I do know some good Amish breeders that do things the right way. They check the hips and elbows, and they do the first vet check, and so you can't put everybody of a group in the same group. But anyway, suffice it to say, there are plenty of German Shepherd breeders not too far from me. Well, I found a good, reputable breeder. I bought my first female German Shepherd from her. This was in 2012. Her name is Dahlia. We still have Dahlia. And she had a bunch of puppies. Excuse me, she's retired now. Dahlia's retired. She did have a bunch of puppies for us, a bunch of great puppies. She's a great mom. She's a great mom to all the other puppies that the other females that I have had or have over the years. When we bring them in the house, she's really very nurturing to all of them. So Dahlia was my first purebred German Shepherd. Never thought about breeding until I went to look for my first purebred German Shepherd about in 2011, I'm sure that was the year. And it just struck me that I had to breed German Shepherds. And now that's easy enough, but to get that past my wife was a whole other story. So I have the property here. It's not big, but big enough to put a kennel together, which I have, obviously. And so I knew nothing. I knew nothing at all about the German Shepherd. I knew nothing about the different bloodlines. Of course, what I do have is the West German show line. Dahlia is the West German show line mixed with an American line. Now I have exclusively the West German show line German Shepherds. They are black and red, or as the Germans say, black and brown. And so that's a little bit of the story of Watchman. I won't go into any more detail particularly about that, but that's how I got started in the breeding business. And now I do it full time. I started in my garage. I put up a little, or I had delivered rather a little, what they call a mini barn, a 12 by 20 building. And I put kennels in there and dog doors. I made a porch, a couple of porches actually. And then a year and a half or so ago, I had the Amish build me a nice kennel. It's a 36 by 30 pole barn. It's insulated, it's heated, it's cold. It has a couple of whelping rooms in there, and I'm sure if you watch my channel, you see the different things that I have set up in there for the day-to-day needs of the dogs and the puppies. And so, how this all happened, I don't know. But it kind of happened, and here I am doing this full time. I have retired from my job of driving. I was a truck driver, so that's the story of Watchman. Let me take a look at some of the other comments we have here. My sister-in-law Beth is saying how that we take such good care of the dogs. Thank you, Beth. Jody certainly helps me out here quite a bit. And then a shout out to Kim. Kim helps me quite a bit, and her husband Jim. They know who they are. So I do appreciate everyone that helps out. James, what's up, buddy? I see you there with your comment. The best looking and most friendly GSD. They love their Riley. I remember James very well. His family came to pick up a puppy, and of course they named that puppy Riley. And then Beth, of course, it seems she heard me say about Sam, and she's saying Sam was like no other dog. And that's true. Sam was great. Really, really sweet. And Cindy, who is like my top follower, hi, Cindy. Cindy is saying that little cross is such a cutie, the little puppy cross that I brought in. And she is right. She has a good eye. And then we have Maya. Really respect you, Mr. George. Well, thank you, Maya. Do appreciate that. And we do appreciate all the people making the comments and all, and just following the channel and encouraging me and everything that we do here at the kennel. Of course, we are having a live stream Black Friday event. The link at the top of the comments will bring you to teespring.com and the apparel line that I have there. Again, the Watchman logo and various puppy and adult German Shepherd pictures. And my favorite that I made up last night, one of my favorites certainly, is this caution, double exclamation point, German Shepherd puppy trainer in training. And so you may like that. I like it. And let's see, Cindy again is saying, wow, the 8-week-old pup is huge. He is. He's a big boy. My wife is saying Cross is looking for Beth. Beth, come on over and have a visit. Cluxy would love to see you. And Kevin, hey, what's up, Kevin? If the day ever comes you choose to retire, Rosa, keep you in mind. Oh, sorry, Kevin. I already did retire Rosa, and she is living with a Philadelphia fireman. I put her up on the website, and a Philadelphia fireman came, and he loved her. He's taking great care of her, and she loves being all spoiled and all. And so sorry about that, Kevin, but maybe another dog in the future that we retire if you're interested. And let me see. James is saying I'm the most reputable breeder in the state of PA. Thank you, James. I try, and I'm not perfect, but I try to be forthright. I am forthright with people and try to do the best. You pay for the best, and you get the best usually, and so it is what it is in that regard. But I do appreciate that comment. And we have Paulo. There's a message retracted, I see. Someone's asking me about the best diet for a German Shepherd, which, well, I'll say something about that, and then we'll come into the close of this stream. I had already determined just to do about a half hour, excuse me. And so diet for German Shepherds, right? I had over the years tried a few different things. We had some issues, typical diarrhea issues there that I have with one of my males particularly. We started looking into different things. And so you hear so much. It's really about on the level of what you'll hear is diets for humans, right? So there's so much stuff there when you get into looking into different diets for the German Shepherd. Of course, there's prescribed or veterinarian recommended grade foods where they modify them too much for my liking. That's a personal opinion there. For instance, they may have just an extremely low protein level in the food and whatever other stuff they put in there. I'm sure some type of supplements and all. But what they find is that some of the dogs cannot digest the proteins, whatever enzymes in particular proteins, and it can be one protein or enzyme in the protein, say from beef, but not from chicken, and it's going to hit and miss, can turn into a whole big, a trial and error type thing there. So, and it can be very expensive, by the way, as any of you know who have gotten those types of food through your vet. Whenever I go to the vet, whenever you go to the vet, you probably notice that a quarter or a fifth of their floor is devoted to these special diet foods. And so I won't say any more about that because I probably would be critical, and I would go back to saying just stick with the basics. That's my thing. What I feed at my kennel now is I pretty much went raw, mostly raw with the food, chicken or beef, right? So what I do is I buy frozen chicken and then we thaw it out day to day. Actually, the chicken we boil in some water, and we keep that juice and make like a little the chicken like a broth that results from boiling the chicken in the water, and then the dogs eat that, and then the water, of course, they eat the chicken with the bone. By the way, they eat it right up, no problem. They don't cook it too long. The bone doesn't get brittle. It's totally safe. And then, of course, you have the broth, which we put in with the kibble. So the main thing, for instance, the adults, they get 4 to 5 cups of the kibble, grain-free kibble, by the way. And then we use the broth, and then we put a piece of the chicken on top. We let that sit a little bit. The adults love it. I have not had one problem with that with any of my adults. And then the other thing with the puppies, similarly, we just use puppy chow because people can get that. So people, I was using a grain-free from a farm store near me here in Pennsylvania, Tractor Supply, but not everybody has a Tractor Supply. So I just went to using puppy chow, and a lot of times people will switch to a grain-free once they get their new puppy home, right? So that's fine. What I do again is I take the broth, or I take the beef, we freeze the beef, and then we thaw it, and we put that in raw with the puppies, and I can tell you they love it. And so you have to be careful. It takes a little planning. It's not open a can and give it to them. Once you give raw, then you have to make sure they eat it sooner than later. You can't let it sit around, or it's going to go bad, and that will be a problem there. So I think we're going to leave it there right now. I would ask you to please, again, hit the link at the top of the comments here that we have going, and I appreciate everybody joining us. But do hit that link to teespring.com, my merch store there, and if you would support me in that way, there is a 10% sale going on for the Black Friday and through until Tuesday the 30th. Of course, Monday is Cyber Monday, and so I'm offering a 10% off all the merch that we have there. And so this is the first stream that I'm doing. I don't know what else I may do. I see breeders are doing different things as far as streaming, and people can ask questions. And I'm a guy, like, I could do one thing at a time, right? So as I look over to read the comments and continue talking and saying what I'm saying, my brain can focus on one thing typically at a time. So maybe I'll get better at it. But for right now, I just wanted to focus on the couple of things that I had planned, the 2 puppies, and then the Watchman story. And I've read a few comments, of course, and we'll see where this goes, right? It's interesting to me. I like it. This is my full-time thing, and I'm a busy guy like everyone else is busy. And so anyone that joins in, I do appreciate that. And if you follow the channel, you know I always conclude with a blessing from God. The Lord bless you as you trust him. And so we'll conclude this as well in that manner. The Lord bless you as you trust him today. And we'll see you soon. Have a great day.